So you can say Omgyno too, but I say Omgyno, and in Italy they say Omgyno, Omgyno, it's all fine by me. So hi, I'm Doreen. I am a human-centered designer, which means that I do user research in order to better understand the little pains of people and to design services and experiences for them. So, what are we talking about today? We're talking about a company that I just started a few months ago, and it's called Omgyno. And I did a survey that I started in 2019 with 3,500 people with a uterus. And I asked them about their experiences in gynecology. And from there, I developed this categorization of 4 personas on which I designed this whole project. So the first one is Miss No Access, who would usually live in a town. Maybe she has to go to the same gynecologist as her mother or her aunt, and she needs a little bit more privacy. Then you have Miss Progressive. Maybe she belongs to the LGBT community. She's experienced some shaming from a doctor. She really wants to learn how to self-care and to take control over her health. And then we have Miss Remote. She prefers to do things as much as possible through technology without having to go for physical appointments unless absolutely necessary. And then finally, you have Miss Expat, who doesn't speak the local language, and she wants to find solutions that take into account these language barriers that she has, especially when it comes to healthcare and talking about private matters. So what is our solution? It is efficient, it is scalable, and it is based on content and community-driven marketing, and it is home test for routine gynecology exams and telehealth. So how does it work? It is currently a progressive web app browser-based that has been designed by me and developed by me. It works in a way that you would order a home test, a routine gynecology home test. It could be a smear test for a UTI or for HPV. You get it delivered to your house within 24 hours. You take your own sample with a soft swab. It is definitely much more comfortable than a speculum, for those of you who know. And you basically use a QR code, and we send you we pick it up from you, we take it to the lab, and then you get your results fully encrypted, password protected within 3 to 5 working days. This is a lucrative opportunity that also is about social impact, and we have a market size of 188 million, and this is based on an average basket of 75 euros. Right now, with the region that we are targeting, which is mostly Southern Europe, the Balkans, and the Middle East, there are no direct competitors for what we do except for one, which is called LandEx.AI in Dubai, but there are a lot of global benchmarks like TIA and Maven and Nurex and Everlywell in the US, which have really great working models. Our revenue model is commissions-based, and we basically take a 40% average margin on every home test and telehealth session that we sell. It is very important here to say that the doctors who are on our network are not paying subscription fees. They have to be recommended by the community, and they have to go through a vetting system to make sure that they are who they say that they are, and this is how we can keep things in check and keep our values in check, to create a safe space for our users because they are at the center of everything that we do. We are now currently in Greece. We have prototyped this for the last 6 months. It works, we do have people buying it, and we've also figured out how to scale this up by taking into account all the legal and certification and regulation issues and also the logistics. And our customer acquisition strategy is really based on content creation, based on also talking to users that we know haven't had much sex education and have a lot of questions, which is how we get to our clients, and this is how they recommend us to other people. This is our team. Now you know a little bit about me. I'm the CEO. My co-founder Elizabeth has more than 20 years business experience in sales. Our Margarita over there is our amazing lawyer that makes sure that we have all our liabilities at bay and everything in check. And Amy does most of our tech stuff. Nahla will be doing our sales. Kate does our communications. And you see we're an all-female team, so this is really a for women by women kind of project, with the exception of my father, who's been in healthcare for more than 45 years, and I've used him a lot for information for this. So we've already raised pre-seed of 123,000 euros. We are now raising for our seed round for 350K, and we want to use that money to grow our core team, to be able to develop what we have to a customized app with AI, to start expanding into 5 countries, and to have 1 million users by 2025. And I want to say just one final thing. So even though I'm half Greek, I grew up in the Middle East, and this is a very big problem over there. There are a lot of cities in the Middle East where a doctor will not see a woman if she's not married, without the accompaniment of her father. There's also other issues, like in Saudi Arabia, for example, the World Health Organization knows for many years that most of the women who catch that they have cervical cancer die, 50% of them die, and they cannot actually get the treatment in good time. So this is something that is about social impact, and I find it very unfair that because of taboo issues, a lot of women have to go through this, and I believe that the solution is technology, and we want to make sure that we can use this to make access to healthcare as easy as ordering an Uber. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I'd be interested, so far as I understand it, it's purely self-payers. How do you plan to go forward with that kind of focus in the future, especially if you say you want to make access more affordable and want to reach wider target groups?
So we have been looking, so we've only been doing this for a few months. Until we got all of this down, it was already quite a lot of hard work. But the next thing that we want to do is we want to be working with different companies that have CSR programs or are giving this as some kind of a health benefit to their employees. That's one thing that we could definitely do. The second thing is that we want to be working also with insurance companies to make sure that they include this also in their health packages for all the females. So this is just the start of how we want to do this.
And then maybe an add-on in terms of focus, what do you plan doing forward looking? Is it going to be more strength in the whole diagnostics area, or do you really want to focus on the telemedicine component, or do you plan to go maybe even beyond that, collecting data and so on?
I definitely don't want to collect data to sell it to other people. That's something of a value that we have. I really want to develop this to be more broader into women's health so that we could actually have a healthcare system of doctors that really have the same mindset as us, because I think that is a main issue that a lot of women over the years actually deal with. And since there aren't many people doing it in the region, I think that we have a lot of chances of exploring that.
Thank you.